Hey, peace, family, peace. Hey, Cedric and Mr. Payne. Hey, Keita, John, and Lazo.
What it do? What it do?
What's up, cousin?
You know, I don't know nothing about this technology shit.
I see.
Look, I'm about don't make me know. I get you. I show you a wrestler. When I say kennel up, she'll get her ass in that kennel. I'll bring it out right now. Bring
You
it
so
out.
silly.
Then I say
You.
kennel up. She'll run straight to the kennel and go in. She do
Hey, John,
just like
I'm doing
the
all
big dog
right.
do.
Uh-huh.
Watched them doing it. Oh, she on point right now.
She is.
Oh, she's seriously on point. See, now you want me to let her out. Now she in there locked up. I can't let her hear your voice. She liable to
Mhm.
start barking in a minute because you know the motherfucker can't hear shit. If she hear your voice, she liable to start barking in a minute.
You know they can hear
Let me
everything.
get her.
Look,
Yeah.
look. As
Go
soon
up.
as I come out and shut the door, boom.
The next
Look,
video I seen you.
huh?
My next video I'ma see you. I'm gonna show you why I take her out and then, or I'm gonna have her out and I'm gonna just say go kennel up. And I ain't gonna have to run behind her. I ain't gonna have to push her in there. She gonna run straight to the kennel and go in. Just like the rest.
That's good. Okay. Well, when I start my live, you have to be quiet, okay?
How you been doing?
I'm good. You know, I'm on live and like you invited yourself, so you like on my live, everybody looking at you and hear us talking. But I'm finna start talking, so you have to be quiet so I can talk to the
Are
people.
you good? I can. What I needed. You know, I know about all this shit.
Hold up. I
I
can take you
can take
off. There you
myself out
go.
of it.
You gone now. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I was trying to wait till a few more people came in. So a few more people come in. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Okay. I guess we could just get started. Whoever, join us, they'll just join us wherever we're at and or they can just go back in the beginning. Well, after it's over, they can go back and start. But all right. I'm gonna be sharing a few things with y'all today. And if it's in God's will, I'm gonna try to do a couple lives a week to share knowledge and facts that you might not be aware of. Okay. I want nothing but good vibes on here. Okay? All right. Guess we'll get started. Okay. Let's be real. We as Black African Americans paved the way and made America to be so great. If it wasn't for our ancestors being in slavery and working for free, many Americans wouldn't be as successful as they are. It was our ancestors who worked in the fields and picked cotton. Okay, hold up, y'all. Trying to multitask and look at the screen. Hey, Keisha. I cannot multitask at all. Look. Okay. It was our ancestors who worked in the fields and picked cotton and other things that contributed to many people's wealth in this country. Without our ancestors doing all that they did, it wouldn't have been possible for all the development that happened for America. Attendance. Hey, buddy. Okay. Now I gotta find my place. Okay. Okay. Attending school and social studies. Did the thought ever occur to you? Why isn't it any blacks documented in this book? Do we not do any great things? Like, for instance, many, hold up, many that played a great, hold on, y'all don't get now, okay. Many that played a great role in the civil rights movement, or even Malcolm X, who played a great role in African American history. Or like, for instance, Nat Turner. On August the 21st, 1831, he led one of the deadliest slave revolts in U.S. history, yet wasn't in the history book at all. He led dozens of slaves to revolt against their masters. They went to house in Southampton County, Virginia, killing as many white people they could find. Close to 60 whites were killed. The revolt lasted for 3 days. Turner avoided capture for 6 weeks before he was found hung and skinned, hanging from a tree. The USA, cracked down retaliation, killing as many as 200 slaves. Turner's action inspired the movement. He is remembered for his revelations acts against white oppression. Okay. Y'all give me a second. Hold on. Okay. The thing is, they want us to believe that we're not important and that we're animals. That's okay. Hold up. They want us to hold up. Hold on, y'all. I'm losing my place now. The thing is, they want us to believe that we're not important and that we're the animals that they paint of us to be. This is a form of psychology and brainwash to believe that our oppressors is better than us in so many different ways, when generally our oppressors wouldn't even be successful if it wasn't for our ancestors' sweat and hard work. I know y'all like, she should have this in more order. Okay. It's critical for us to understand the difference between means and objective. Many of us is not being successful because we don't know the difference between the two. The objective is the final goal, and the means is the one of many ways to get you there. Okay. A lot of people are unsuccessful because of the misunderstanding means as being their final goal. You can't do that because you narrow your success that way. Statistics. Okay, golly, y'all, I'm not good at the word. Statistics say blacks are more violent and we make up most of the crime rate. But just think of it. If they go in and arrest more blacks than any other race, they're able to create the statistic ratio that they want. So really, statistics is not accurate. They're able to make it how they want it. I'm trying to, hold up. Just take your time. Yes, he did. The white people did it. Make sure we didn't get noticed for our power and numbers as well as ours. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Hold on. Y'all, I went over this so much and had it in order, but I'm getting it all mixed up now. I had it on, even had the numbers on this, so I wouldn't get. Oh, I forgot. Okay, I forgot I had put this one over here. Okay, racism is a system. Okay. Racism is a system, not a feeling. Many argue and say that they're not a racist because they love all races, but in reality, America was built on racist principles. Then, therefore, the people at the top of the hierarchy of that system will be racist due to the system. So, since racism is a system and not a feeling, even white people who choose not to abuse their powers are still a racist because they're in a position where they have an option to use their powers if they want to at any time. Before you get upset and you know, I got why, why I say that or whatever. But just like I said, racism, we was always taught like being a racist was like a feeling, like, if you was a black person that didn't like a white person or a white person not liking a black person, it's like, you are racist. It was more of like, we looked at it as like a feeling, you get what I'm saying? But in reality, it's more of a system, not a feeling. And I'm gonna explain, why I say that. Okay. Have y'all heard the terminology that capitalism motivated racism and racism motivated prejudice? Okay. Prejudice isn't necessary in order for it to be racism. Okay. Now y'all check this out. Listen to this closely. In Virginia, 1619. Okay, it was, hold on. In Virginia, 1619 was when the first blacks came over here against their will. There was black people that was already here, which included 40 to 50 million Native Americans when the Europeans showed up. At this time, it was white slaves and black slaves. So during the time, it was white slaves and black slaves. I'm talking about in back slaves. White slaves and black slaves at that time. They were called indentured servants. Okay. This was before the mass transatlantic slave trade. Okay. They had lots of rebellions, but the most famous was the Bacon Rebellion. It was almost so successful that the elect came up with the concept of race in order to divide the people. They freed the white servants and gave them land and privileges and told them that they were excluded from slavery as long as they follow all the racist laws. Ain't that something? The government that's supposed to love us and protect us, they made it a law for like the only way the white people could be free and have land, and they'll even give them, just think, they'll give them land, they'll give them free privilege, all the reason, if they go against liking black people. And that's just like crazy. Like, okay, the government set this up. So it's like racism and all that originated from the government. The government actually made it like a law. Like before they did this. What did you say? Yes, that I'm not a racist. Hold on. Has been a lie ever since our African people were brought to the shores of North America. Yeah, but like they say, a racist is a system, not a feeling. You get what I'm saying, buddy? Because it was actually, they had to be a racist, or they'll go to jail or be in trouble. It was like a law for them. The only way they could be a free and not be free and not be a slave was for them not to like black people. So really, just think, like, the white people was forced not to like us. Like, I put it to this: when we were all slaves, all of us got along. You get what I'm saying? We didn't know nothing about the white person being, better than the black person. It wasn't like that. Like, we all looked at each other as equals. You feel me? Until the government came along, you get what I'm saying? And the government made it a law. They told the white people, okay, if y'all want to be free, I'll let you be free. But, and on top of you being free, I'm going to give you land. I'm going to give you like extra privileges that you can do. But, the only thing you can't do is like black people. Ain't that crazy? The government, the same government that supposedly supposed to protect us right now. That's the reason why they don't care about the police and all the other stuff that happened to us. Because it just, the system wasn't designed. It was always designed to be against us. Okay. So in spite of not having any negative prejudice or racial views towards their former counterpartners, they still was participating in racism due to the system they was operating in that was working. Y'all excuse me. Okay. But like I said, they still was participating in racism due to the system they was operating, and that was working in their favor. The negative prejudice came over time. So like over time of, them, it by law, they had to not like black people or had to, be, how they were towards us. It's like over time, it's just kind of like a program, they got used to the ideal, and then they felt like they were better than us because really the system that they made. Okay. Because in the midst of inequality, a country who called themselves Christians had to justify its actions. The racism led to the prejudice, because you have to psychologically dehumanize people to justify enslaving them. What is that? You're 100% right. It was a system and still is. Right, buddy? It really is. And however the government enforces laws and so-called protection, our civil rights, the big lying joke, ain't it, buddy? Big joke. Because it's like, okay, how can you tell me that this system, the system that made it a law for you to, to make people not treat us right, like we're supposed to believe that they got our back now? It's just a bunch of bullcrap. Okay. But just like I said, it said, because you have to psychologically dehumanize people to justify slavery to them. So with that being said, this is officially how racism developed and was the beginning of the programming. I'm about out of breath, look. So just think about it. It was our government that literally made it a law for the white people to treat the black people bad, or they would be punished. It was like I said, it's like I said, it was the government, the same government, that y'all choose to believe that everything they say is true. The same government that literally gave you the Bible to trust and believe in. The same government that choose, that most of the people choose to believe over other people telling them. These people don't tell you the truth. They tell you what they want you to believe and what they want you to know. It's like common sense. Like, okay, like if they'll do all this, make it a law. Just somebody got to think like, okay, out of all the races, it's Mexicans, it's all different other people besides black people. Why is it that they wanted to beat a black person down so bad, Why is it that they'll make a law just to keep us down? Like, why is it that they trying to keep us down? Like, come sit you to like, why? It's a reason, because They know something that you don't know. That a lot of us don't know, but a lot of us do know. That, I mean, we're great people. I mean, and they want to keep us down because they know the greatness that we hold, and the things that we can do. Just think, when you think of a sports, we're good at everything. I mean, any really thing we put our mind to, we can conquer it and be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. Okay. What was the last sentence? Okay. Okay, I said, how can you trust anything that comes from a government that thought of you in that manner? Do y'all believe that for some reason their opinion changed all of a sudden about us? They still feel the same way. That's why they kill us, get away with it. That's why when we get in trouble, our sentences be higher than any other race, because they don't value our life at all. They don't even value us, period, as a person. Okay. Why? Why is this? Why do they want to destroy us so bad? Like, ask yourself that. It's because they know something that many of us don't know. They know how powerful and how special we are. Think about, why would somebody have such hate and determination to destroy a certain race like that? I mean, it's a reason. They are determined to do whatever it takes to keep you clueless of what it really is. I'm grateful to be part of the many that knows how great and powerful and anointed it is to be a Black African. They did everything in their power to keep us from finding out who we really are. Okay. They stripped us from our religion, our names, our beliefs, and threw Christianity at us, and threatened to kill us if we practice any of our religious beliefs. I pray to God that my people wake up and realize how great y'all are. Like, for real, like, we are kings and queens. Like, we come from that. It's in our blood. Like, it's not hard for us to do nothing. All we gotta do is put our mind to it. It could be something we just make up, and it'll prosper. Like, because it was designed. That's the reason why they beat us, and that's the reason why they tear us down. Like, because they don't want us to wake up one day and be like, you know what, and realize how great we is, like, as Black people. Like, real talk. Okay. Oh, y'all, I lost my place. Okay, we are genuinely good, loving people. We cook their foods, and not once did any of those cooks thought to poison them all. You know what I'm saying? We watched over their kids as if their kids was ours. Like, for real, like, and did not one time do anything to them. You feel me? Because us as Black people always been good-hearted people. You get what I'm saying? That's the reason why they was always so jealous of us, because we really, in spite of how we're now, we were great people. We was loving people of the earth. Like, and you just gotta think about it. For people to go through what we went through, and just think, like, and for us to still be loving, to still keep they babies after they done sold your babies. You know what I'm saying? But we still love them. We still, did what was right, because that was in our heart. You feel me? It was over time and programming that things changed, and a lot of us turned bad and bitter. We're much easier to control when we're dumb and deeply in debt. That's why public ed is gutted and college is insanely expensive. A well-informed critical thinker will want a revolution. If you're working three jobs to pay off loans, you won't have time to protest or maybe never catch on to the games, and you too focused on the struggle instead of everything that's going on around you. They tell you only the analogy that keeps you in the same position. The system wasn't meant to help you. Why do you believe that America can tell you about Martin Luther King and not Malcolm X? They don't really want to talk about Malcolm X because, Malcolm X, I know, buddy. But they don't want you to talk about Malcolm X because, Malcolm X believe in, going and, any means necessary to get the job done. Whatever, take for you to, get it did. And Martin Luther King was, more of non-violent. So they don't want you to be violent because maybe if you be, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. The same reason slave masters didn't tell slaves about the Haitian Revolution, because it's a corrupt system that doesn't want you to have liberation. Just think about it. America was built on white supremacy and capitalism. The government is a corrupt system, tricking you to believe things to alter your growth and progress, to keep you in the same position. Just think, it's a system that politics is corrupt. Then much that seemed political correct is corrupt. Okay. Love. Hold up. No, I'm missing a page. Yeah, something. Hold up, y'all. I think I missed something. Oh yeah, we did do that. Okay. Love will always prevail. The problem is we've been loving the wrong things through slavery, mass colonization. We was taught to love our oppressors and hate ourselves. Like, for instance, for years, most of us women, including myself, put perms in our hair because we were taught our big and kinky hair wasn't good enough. It didn't look right. It was too big. So we permed it so it would be straight and silky like our oppressors. We was told our black skin was ugly, but a person with lighter skin was considered beautiful. All this was taught to us by our oppressors. The lighter colored slaves would be allowed to work in the house, which started people with lighter skin to believe they were better than the darker slaves. Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. Okay. This is something that was carried on through generations and still is to this day. Many believe this. So with being said, black people doesn't love themselves how they should. Allowing ourselves to be beat on, killed, and mistreated with the motto that love will always prevail. And love is the only thing that can stop hate. We misinterpret the statement that you can only fight hate with love. That love will, hold on. That love, hold up, love will, okay, that love will prevail. We generally don't love ourselves. If we would just stick together, fight for ourselves, or at least die trying, the results would be different. Y'all, I missed my place again. Look, results will be different. Love will eventually prevail, Love is prevailing right now. It's just what we love is not ourselves. If you love if you love somebody else more than you love yourself, it will take advantage of you. Well, y'all, I'm out of breath. Well, I enjoyed talking with y'all, and I hope y'all got something from that or whatever. But it was just, you touched on a lot of giving real facts. I will listen to the rest later. I appreciate you, my beautiful, cherished friend. As well, I will look forward to more of your words and opinions. Hold on. So, well, that's knowledge. Bless you. Oh, bless you too, buddy. You have a good night. But, I just hope that I was able to enlighten a few people. But that's just, to me, just mind blowing. That's really, it's like now that they say racism is, it's such a big, huge problem, but the government created it. Like, and it's so crazy because I remember when the Trayvon Martin thing had happened. I always said I felt like, it was just something like you could tell like the government wanted the black and the whites to bicker against each other. And it's always seemed like a game. And now that I know, like, they actually had, it was white and black slaves. And the only way the white slaves could be free was just to say, hey, Tori. But yeah, the only way the white slaves could be free is if they, wasn't cool with the black people and just really just think the government made that a law. They made it a law that they had to mistreat us. That's crazy. Just think, in order for you to mistreat this race, we're going to give you some land, special privileges. It's like, wow, you go through all that just to keep this one race down. But, it's all love. I was just dropping knowledge. No bickering back and forth of, or a white person, a black person getting mad at a white person, or a white person getting mad at a black person. We're all as one. We should always love each other, It's one love. Just like, the government want us all, to dislike each other. But, hey, we're going to love each other because we know that's their goal or whatever. But I love y'all, and y'all have a good night.